Well, hello there, everyone. I'm Keith from Keith's Comics, and here we are, another Saturday night together, hopefully to sell you some comics, full transparency. With me, as always, my wife, Cindy.
I'm right here.
We're going to show you comics one at a time, talk about some comics, and hopefully, as you stroll through the show, drop some comments in. And we see that we have Garrett here already, interested in some oddball items. Well, that'll be fun. There are some really unique, cool items. Nothing very expensive tonight. Lots of cool, fun stuff. As we clean up the warehouse, and now that it's cooler, we can spend more time out there. Oh, man, we're finding all kinds of cool stuff. I'm coming to you tonight from our Keith's Comics warehouse and studio. We hope that you are having a good evening now that the weather has turned and it's cooler and the holidays approach. You may be feeling a little bit like getting out to the mall or Keith's Comics. How about that? We're going to show you comics one at a time, and if it matches your want list and your FOMO type, claim the title of the book and the issue number into the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. That's its own separate Facebook page, Keith's Comics Network. You can watch our show on any of our other Facebook pages, but if you try to claim something there, we're just not going to see it, and it's going to be sad because we want to sell you stuff. If you're watching in the future, hello, future. We appreciate that. 9/10 of you get to the show whenever you can, and we certainly appreciate that. You can claim anytime. The prices are good for 72 hours. And after that, if we still have it, send me an email. You can see that we have an email up there for a want list, warehousehunter@keithsneatstuff.com. So you'll see shortly that if you have a want list on file with us and we find something from it, you get first dibs, and that's always good times. Also, check out our YouTube. Kaylin's been doing some fun stuff there. The Facebook is on a roll over there, posting all the stuff coming up for future weeks. Well, you can look at previous weeks, too. Don't forget to go to the KeithsComics.com website so you can see all the items coming up. The featured tweak shows you everything that all the Keith's Comics stores are getting in stock every week. And also, we have that Insta. What else? She was working on Pinterest and the X. All those kind of things are all bubbling in the background. Cindy, are you ready to go over there?
I am.
Would you go find the fake Kelsey Grammer so we can get started?
Let's check this book.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go.
Keith's Comics.
Look, it's our first book. The first book for tonight is a Conan number 102. On our live shows, things aren't always expensive. As a matter of fact, we're just trying to sell you the stuff that we're working to send out to the stores to save us the work of actually putting them in the stores. So we offer a little discount on some things, or sometimes you're just getting first shot at them. Or sometimes we found stuff on your want list like this. Conan number 102 is a Mark Jewelers variant. This has an insert in the side of it that is collectible in some parts. This conditional offering means that you can claim it, but if the person who has it on their want list claims it, they slide in front of you. It's a nice, solid mid-grade copy and only $6 for this nice Conan number 102. Oh, and both the halves of the Angelettas have slid in here along with Garrett. Let's see. Oh, that's very nice. Welcome to the show, fellas. Next up. Oh, another conditional offering, but this is a really nice, fine plus copy of Kirby greatness here, of Thor number 190. Beautiful colors on this book. From 1970, you can claim it for $24. Type Thor 190. $24 is also helpful. We had a situation the other night where several people were claiming stuff and forgot to put the issue numbers. And it's not such a big deal if there's only one Justice League or whatever on a show. But if there are several, then if you're watching in the future, it gives me a timestamp that I got to go dig through. So if you could throw out Thor 190, claim Thor 190, $24, $30 if it somehow makes it to the store, which probably will not happen since this is a conditional offering. But maybe the person who has it on their want list has already picked one up. Hey, how about that? If you see somebody claim something that you're interested in, also claim it. Even if it doesn't flow through to you, it lets me know what people are interested in for future shows. Next up. This is a really cool. I'm making this a conditional, even though I haven't seen the person. Yes, I did. I did see them the other night. This has a Toth story tucked in the middle of this. Forget who the character was that this Toth story was about. But you get a nice Superman story, and then there's a Metamorpho story in the back, and then tucked away in the middle is a nice little Toth story. $6 for this VG copy. It looks swell, but it's been read a few times. From 1970 to 72, somewhere around in there. Only $6 for this really cool issue of Action Comics, number 413. Next up. Oh, okay. A Marvel Team Up, number 111. This is also conditional, even though it wasn't on somebody's want list. It's very similar to things that were on the want list, and maybe they just didn't know about it. So we try to hook people up, because at the end of the day, I'm really here just to sell stuff, in case you didn't figure that out. This Marvel Team Up is an interesting book in that it features Spider-Man and Devil Slayer, who is super spare, just a super minor character. But he had a lot of ends with the current, at the time, Defenders team. And this was a kind of quasi-crossover with the Defenders story of the time. And then it goes further, and then there's a crossover with Kull, the Conan-type character, Kull. Was it Kull the Destroyer? And then, wow, talk about reach. But this Devil Slayer does all kinds of time shenanigans, and then there's a through story about the evil from that time period coming to this time period. But anyway, if you're interested in Conan and Kull and Red Sonja and all that stuff, this might have slipped by you as a little minor appearance. This is a conditional offering, $6 of Marvel Team Up, number 111. Next up. The final conditional is just this super sweet copy of Thor. From 1972, issue 194, features that framing device that they used for a couple of years there. This is a very early 20-cent copy, bronze beauty, as they say. The Fatal Fury. Oh, look at that. That is a lot of stuff happening right there. $13 is not crazy expensive. It seems a little low to me, but hey, the market is what it is. $18 if somehow it gets through to the store. Thor number 194 from 1972, $13. This probably should be a conditional. Mr. Witherington, are you out there? Hello, is this thing on? From 1999. This is a cross section of a bunch of collecting stuff. Gen 13, the image title. J. Scott Campbell, and then it's a chromium cover, which is 90s shenanigans talk for this shiny. This VF copy of Gen 13 Special Edition from 1999 is $20. $20 whenever we find one to put in the stores. $12 if you claim Gen 13 Chromium or Special Edition, however you want to call it. $12 for Gen 13 Special from 1999. Next up. Manhunter 2070. This is actually not Manhunter 2070. It's a tryout for this new character they were trying out called Manhunter 2070. The space books were doing real well at the time, and this showcase book was a title that they gave somebody, sometimes they gave a character 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. Manhunter 2070 was getting its time in the sun here with a really fun cover. I believe this was Sikowski art with Giordano inks on it. Cool space alien action here of Showcase number 91 from 1970. $10 for this really nice VG copy, or $6 if you claim it to the show here today. Let's see. Mr. Angeletta says J. Scott Campbell drawing Gen 13. Surprise, that's not rated mature. It was still the 90s technically, so they hadn't figured out what they could get away with just yet. Fair, but it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Yeah, it's very early in the career. So when did Gen 13 start? It wasn't one of the first wave of image books, so it's probably 93, 94, right around in there. Next up. The Tomb of Dracula. Always fun to get this book. This is a nice, solid, fine copy. Issue 49 features Dracula having all kinds of fever dreams here, in which he fights Robin Hood and D'Artagnan and some version of Frankenstein that is pretty wacky. It looks like the version of Frankenstein that fights the Silver Surfer. It could be. It's a nice, solid, fine copy if you're putting together your Tomb of Dracula set. This is a nice copy from 1976. $10 for this newsstand beauty, or $6 if you claim Dracula 49 here. Make sure that you're in the Keys Comics Network Facebook page if you want to claim anything. You can watch our show anywhere. You can even watch it in the future. Next up, he's a werewolf by night, oddly enough. You might have missed this in 2020, but they relaunched Werewolf by Night, written by Taboo. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. From the oh my gosh, because I'm old, it went right out of my head. Somebody tell me what group he's with. He's a musician. And says somebody help me out here. It was the first of Jake Gomez, the new Werewolf by Night, as of 2020. This VF copy of the first issue, $15 in store, $8 if you claim it here. Werewolf by Night, and it'll come to me in a minute. If you are art-centric around your comic collecting, you probably know who Mark Schultz is. This is the title that put him on the map, Xenozoic Tales. From Kitchen Sink Press, all the way back in, this is probably mid-'80s to late, maybe 1990, 91 is when it finished up. This is all 11 issues of Xenozoic Tales. It first appeared in Death Rattle. I know, hey kids, comics, right? Xenozoic Tales is the adventures, also called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which even I think at some point had an animated cartoon on Saturday mornings. Am I remembering that right? Cindy, do you remember that?
No, I do not know.
I don't know. I don't know if it was the Saturday morning or if it was in syndication, but it was out there. This is all 11 issues of the Xenozoic Tales, trapped in a prehistoric world they never made. Wow, super hot collectible in that this is amazing artwork. It will almost literally change your life. $100 for the complete set, or $85 if you claim it here. Hey, Jerry made it. All right.
93 to 94.
No, not Mark Schultz, the creator of Peanuts. Mark Schultz, Xenozoic Tales creator. But thanks for playing. What was that, Cindy?
I said it was Cadillacs and Dinosaurs TV series was 93 to 94.
Right. Yes, 93 to 94. Everybody's telling me now. That's great name. Now tell me what band Taboo is, because it's killing me. Will I Am is the leader of that group, and of course it's I can't remember it now because I'm on the spot. Next up, and Fergie, Will I Am, Fergie, and Taboo, and I can't remember the name. I can remember everybody in it. Is that crazy? Tower of Shadows. Tower of Shadows number 3. Yes, the Black Eyed Peas. Thank you, William. I don't know why I couldn't. I kept wanting to call them Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm hungry. We're going to go home and cook after this. Tower of Shadows number 3 from 1970 was a time period when they were doing a lot of reprint horror comics, and then they were doing some new stuff also, including in this is a nice Barry Windsor Smith horror story tucked away in the back of this book. It's like, oh, by the way, here's Barry Windsor Smith doing a horror story. Nice. Tower of Shadows number 3 from 1970 is going to be $9 in store. $6 if you claim it here. Tower of Shadows. I think I probably need to go lower that. Tower of Shadows. $6. Next up.
55 and 56. It's a twofer.
It's a twofer. That means 2 consecutive issues of Star Trek The Next Generation, 55 and 56. Data. Featured story here. Where are you at, Cindy? You started watching all the Star Treks. And
I'm on Deep Space Nine right now. Still first season.
It's first season of Deep Space Nine, and I peek in on that every once in a while. I thought I was a pretty good sci-fi fan through the 80s and 90s, but I'm shocked at how many Next Generations I missed. I guess when there's so many of them, it'd be easy to miss one, especially back in those times. When you miss it, you missed it. There was no, maybe you saw it in reruns or you read about it in a magazine. So there was quite a few things that I missed. And as Cindy, and maybe we can discuss this amongst us friends here, but Cindy and I were discussing how the Next Generation and
Voyager?
And Voyager both had such weak final episodes.
They really did.
We're so disappointed.
And so did the original classic Star Trek. Maybe it's a theme.
Who's a thing? Maybe it's
they all have weak endings together.
It's. I mean, they were good. They were fine, but you're like, wow.
They were like an episode. They weren't like a
Right. It's like, oh yeah, like, oh, we're canceled. Well, I guess we're not going back. Next up.
We got hopes of getting picked up again.
Okay, where's my music people? Lita Ford magazine from 1993. This is a Malibu comic, which was a small publisher at the time that eventually Marvel ended up, unbeknownst to Disney, they probably own the rights to this magazine somewhere deep inside a vault. It's signed by Roland Mann, the writer of this book, not Lita Ford. That would be super sweet. This Rocket comic #1 of Lita Ford. It's signed by the author and not the artist, but the artist is Jim Balent, who did a whole lot of Catwoman comics just right about this time also. $15 in store, $10 if you claim it. And somebody help me out if they know anything about Lita Ford. She's super popular, especially in Europe, it looks like. And I have a passing familiarity, but not so much. Maybe it's somebody here's favorite. $10 for Lita Ford, #1. Next up. The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu magazine. This Marvel had a whole line of magazines starting about 1972 or so, running all through the mid-'80s. Dracula had one, Monsters had one, Frankenstein Monsters, even Planet of the Apes had a magazine. Different distribution system, different audiences. They were generally in black and white with the gray tones and shading, just like this Deadly Hands of Kung Fu featuring Shang-Chi. Issue number 13 also sports a Sons of the Tiger backup story with a very early George Perez artwork in it. Super nice, fine, plus maybe a fine copy. $25 in store, $20 if you claim it here for Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. And plus it also has really cool behind-the-scenes stuff of that early 1970s Asian theater stuff. What would you call that? Saturday afternoon? Kung Fu theater, yeah. All kinds of stuff like that. Pretty neat. Next up. Action Comics, #412. $6 for this nice, solid copy of Action Comics from 1972. Looks like something's going on underground. Generally, that means shenanigans are afoot. We'll have to sort that out. Looks like a Nick Cardy cover here. $6 if you're putting together your Action collection. Next up. Oh, nice. Well, Trapped. Yeah. Trapped by the Mutant Master, I think was his first appearance. Issue number 37. Come to me, my X-Men. Look at it. He's got either a headache or he's calling the X-Men. Treason of the Homo Superior. $40 for this solid VG copy. Lots of stress spines on this, lots of stress ticks on the spine, but solid otherwise. You can see it once again that somehow Scott Summers has led them into a trap and can't get them out. Typical. $30 if you claim X-Men number 37. This VG copy is from 1967. Wow, very early. So X-Men started in 63, so very early in the run. Next up, Flash number 335 from 1984. This is a Pied Piper appearance inside there, and I like this. Most of the Flash covers from this time period are Carmine Infantino, as I believe this one is also. But it's better than the usual covers, which at this point had become a little cartoony for my tastes. But this, I really like this. Smashing the Flash there. $6 for this superior copy. I mean, it is smoking hot. The VF copy from 1984, $6. You were going to claim it, but you don't see Cyclops. That's John Cena talking there. You don't see me. Nobody sees Cyclops because when the chips are down and the duel is due, Cyclops is running from you. Conan the Savage magazine.
Bisley cover.
Oh, that's a Bisley cover. That's nice.
Really nice. Really nice Bisley.
So from 1995, they came back to the well. I guess Savage Sword had been canceled for, at this point, maybe a decade at this point. But they come back to it, test the waters every now and then. This is a nice, pretty VF copy of Conan the Savage from 1995. $20 in store. $15 if you are needing to get your Conan on. When we were working a lot of stuff the last couple of days, we found a whole lot of oddball size magazine stuff that we just kept putting aside and putting aside and putting aside, and said finally, okay, let's just have Let's just try to drain them all out. So going forward, you're going to see that we're going to be very oddball size forward. Next up. Oh, some really killer flashes. This whole run, this person that we bought this collection from, I think they might, at this time period in their life, and sometimes it happens, they get busy and they just bought these. I'm not sure this was ever opened and read. It is a really neat. And I forget, what does it say the name of that villain? It's a super spare.
By the most dangerous man alive.
Is he? No, he's not.
I have to look at it after we do this.
Yeah, issue 338 from 1984, $6 for this. Oh, well, look at the greens on that.
Is it man alive?
No, it's not. It's
Thrasher or something?
it's something like that. Next up. Well, there's another issue coming up that actually puts his name on the cover. So, Spider-Man and Nighthawk. Used to be one of my favorite characters, Nighthawk, because I was a big Defenders fan from 1981. Nice Spider-Man and Nighthawk going at it there. $7 seems like such a reasonable price. Marvel Team Up number 101, $7. No, yeah, it does look like Captain Cold, but it is not. Oh, Justice League number 186. Oh, this is a crime that this is a really pretty copy. It's got George Perez art in it too. Very early stuff. He's on the Justice League off and on for a good long time there. $8 in the store, $6 if you claim it here. Justice League number 186 versus the Shaggy Man. And generally the Shaggy Man is a Justice Society villain, so I wonder how that happened. Next up. Okay, so here's some oddball things. So it seems like there's a nice intersection of us in our shows of comic people and music people. And the Monkees seem to be a really big hit amongst old-time collectors, at least. If you're not familiar with the Monkees, go to YouTube and sort it out because it's good fun. This is the true story of the Monkees, 1986 graphic novel. Not a graphic novel, but kind of flip through the pages there, Cindy, so they can see it. It's
pictures and little autobiographies and interviews, I think.
Yes. It even includes like the first ad they ran in like either Variety or somewhere where they were trying to find four young it said 17 to 21 years old who are brave enough, who have the courage to act. So this is the true story of the Monkees, super popular, and were having a resurgence in the 80s. $8 with originally $11 cover price. $8 if you want to sort out everything about the Monkees. Next up, the Monkees were a big influence on the Beatles.
There's a picture of Mickey Dolenz sitting with Paul McCartney.
Well, Mickey Dolenz was friends with the Beatles and did spend a lot of time with them. If you've watched any of the documentaries, like with the Wrecking Crew and also the Monkees and the Beatles, yeah, that whole scene, he was definitely part of it. Next up is Duck Feet. This is a 1988 Titan Books. That's the UK publisher from Heartbreak Soup. Don't flip through the book because I don't know what we'll see. But if you'll open the first page, Cindy, just the inside cover, you can see that it is, hopefully it's appropriate, I don't remember.
Beto.
Yeah, it is signed by Beto in 1988. And it's numbered at the bottom.
1079.
Signed by Beto from 1988. This is the UK version of Duck Feet. If you are into Love and Rockets or any of this kind of indie stuff, this needs to be in your collection. $25 for this signed copy of Duck Feet. Next up.
All right, we are going to go into the lightning round.
Well, Pablo's not here, so hopefully he won't be driving and get drowsy and drive off the road. Doesn't know why he's tired. Why am I so tired? I don't know what's going on. The lightning round is $1, $2, and $3 books because we have $1, $2, and $3 bins, but we also use it to blow out stuff that we have found that's just oddball, and I don't know what to do with it, but I think that you would have fun with it if it was in your collection. What's up first, Cindy?
And out of our warehouse.
And out of our warehouse. All right, so this is from 1977 or 78, right around in there. Scholastic Books got the rights to do the Star Wars storybook, full of full-color photographs, and you can tell how well read these are. The one on the left is a hardcover, and the one on the right is a soft cover, same edition, but the one on the left was by Random House doing the hardcover version, and then the right hand was probably sold in book fairs and stuff like that through Scholastic. That's just my guess. I don't know that off the top. But the hardcover or the soft cover or both, they're $1 each. If you need this is really cool stuff. And you know what? It's probably worth $1 if just to razor blade them out and make little decoupage or cool pictures in your room. Next up, Ghostbusters, another Scholastic storybook. This one's $1, just $1. Why $1? Well, it has one page that has a little tear in and missing a little chunk. Otherwise, I had to put a full $3 on it. But just remember, never cross the streams. And if you haven't seen the trailer for that new Ghostbuster, it looks kind of okay, actually.
Looks good.
Next up,
All right, this is a double take, and there's a Justice League Europe 40 and a Thor 241. Full disclosure, the 241 Thor the cover is completely detached.
yeah, so there's 2 comics for 98 cents. We sell these double takes in the stores. When we buy a collection, books that are well read or really rough, we put them in a double pack for $1. So we sell a lot of double takes. And we just throw them in here in case somebody needs a stocking stuffer or something like that. Next up. I think so too, William. I think that it's worth $1. That's why I put $1 on there. It's pretty cool. Justice League, what number is that, Cindy?
It's Justice League 187. Justice League, yeah.
187. How much is that?
It's still $1.
$1. I think that it has like a little water damage on the back, so it's $1. Put it in your Justice League collection. That'll look nice. Next up,
$2.
$2 for Return of the Jedi storybook. Woo-hoo-hoo. $2. It's the same thing as the Star Wars. $2 though. Next up, hey, hiya, Alan. Welcome. Sentry number 1. I can't remember if that's his. No, it's not his first appearance, is it? But anyway, this is issue number 1. It was stored very poorly. It's only how much? $2.
Yeah, $2.
$2. Evidently, it's leaked all over the place that they've announced the casting for that in the Secret Wars movie. So. If you are inclined to no spoilers, go out there and look at it. There you go. Next up,
we are on to $3 books.
$3.
Number 2.
This is Captain Marvel number 2, the Dark Temptress. This is a 1 in 10 ratio variant. $3. I think what did we have originally on that, like $7.99 or something like that.
Something like that. Oh, $5.99.
$5.99. There you go. $3 now. Next up. Yes. Get your Jane Austen on. We found a bunch of these in a warehouse a long time ago, and I bought them, and then I put them in my warehouse and forgot about them. And I found them this week. Yeah. If you want one, we can take care of, I think, about 10 different people. If you're enamored or know someone in your circle of friends that's enamored, yes, that is a Jane Austen fan, this is a delightful adaptation by Marvel Comics in a hardcover edition for only $3. Ooh, nice. Emma for $3.
1 in 10 copy, Momoko cover.
1 in 10 Momoko cover of X-Men number 25. Only $3? Only $3. Next up. Berkeley Breathed, I think is once I settled on. I went and looked on the internet how to say his name. From 1989, Bloom County presents The Night of Mary Kay Commandos, featuring Smellotunes. I'm not sure what that means. I was aware of Bloom County, but it wasn't something I was really deep into. But it was super popular in the late 80s into the early 90s. Did a lot of these kind of books. And then one day I think he just, one day he just said, I'm done, I think is how it went. $3 for Bloom County presents The Night of Mary Kay Commandos, graphic novel featuring strips from Bloom County and Oddball, stuff like that. Next up. Yes, I believe that was number 25.
Yes, it was number 25.
Opus and Bill the Cat were great, yes. And now here's another straight up Bloom County. Happy Trails. There you go. $3 for the collected edition of, wow. it looks like a little Pinky and the Brain action going on there. Next up.
This is a 1 in 10 copy, Extreme X-Men number 4.
Extreme X-Men number 4. 1 in 10 sketch. What would you call that?
It's a, when you do like model.
Design variant.
Yeah, design variant.
Only $3 though. Well, over the next few months or so, we are going to dig deep into our warehouse and find all these variant comics that we misplaced whenever we moved the Mockingbird store. It was at the very end, things just got shuttled all over the place. So if you're into ratio variants, check out the shows on the regular because we're going to put a lot of stuff out. We just need to make space. Next up. Hardcover version of Return of the Jedi. Woo, tap on that. Let's see how. Oh, yeah. Boba Fett. Boba Fett's here. From 1983, this hardcover version is only $3.
Not for long.
Not for long. Random House did the hardcovers, I guess, through the bookstore chains, and Scholastic did through the book fairs. That's my guess. And there's Return of the Jedi. $3. Hey, Sue Gross is here.
Hey, Sue. This is actually from Random House, but you were right on the C-3POs. Those were from Scholastic.
All right.
Demon Days. This is the Cursed Bangle variant.
Cursed Bangle variant. Does it say is like a 1 in 25 variant, wasn't it?
It doesn't say. It does not say. But it's the Bangle variant.
Oh, the Bangle variant. How much did we have on it originally?
$25.
$25. All right.
Oh, no, $19.99.
$19.99.
Raising the price.
All right, I like it. Originally $20, now $3 for this Momoko Demon Days Cursed Web ratio variant. Next up.
Now that's Scholastic.
That's Scholastic. Look, it has full color photos.
It's actually, the photos are great.
Yeah, they did a good job. The Empire Strikes Back storybook from 1980, $3. $3 for this. Yeah, you couldn't even, you could devote the rest of your life to creating a time machine and go back and still, it wouldn't be as cool as getting these well-read copies. Next up. Pablo, hopefully you're not getting sleepy. The Doctor Who is back, I say, on the Disney Plus channel with the new special. The first one dropped, and if you're trying to get everybody back into Doctor Who, get your circle around it. Here from 2009 was a commemorative magazine, Doctor Who 200, a golden moment. Originally probably around $15. I don't know if you can see the price.
Pictures of all the doctors in there.
Oh yes, which one was your favorite, Cindy?
Number 4, Tom Baker.
Tom Baker was Cindy's favorite. 200 golden moments, only $3. Originally $14 in the stores. Oh, let's see. Hang on here. Just say no. Doctor Who golden moments. Pablo's driving. I got it. We'll see you in the future, Pablo. Next up.
This is the 1 in 10 variant of 8 Billion Genies, number 1.
Oh, the 1 in 10 variant of 8 billion genies. How much is that?
How much did we charge, or much is it now? It's $3.
$3? Oh my gosh! Wow, 8 billion genies is a thing that we're selling very well in the stores. And the hardcover collected edition that just came out. And we may, if you find any interest in it, it has a high concept in that I forget the shenanigans that happen, but everybody on the planet Earth gets one wish. Oopsie, what's going to happen now? And hilarity ensues and drama ensues. You can't? Who said? Not according to Genie. The 8 billion genies variant here, $3. And if you need a hardcover collected edition, I think it's a 6 or 8 issue series. We might have a few of the signed bookplate editions left. Check with your local Keith's Comics and see if we can make that happen for you. Next up.
Number 99.
All right, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen from 1967, featuring a Legion of Superhero appearance crossover. Only $3. $3 for Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 99. Next up.
Justice League number 218.
Justice League number 218. Great Justice League fun. Super cheap at $3. Next up.
Flash 185.
Ooh, very well-read, low-grade copy of Flash. Yeah, wow. It's the summer of love. What can I say?
Yes.
1969 issue of Flash. He is the fastest man alive. It's $3. Next up.
$3. Last $3 book and last book for the lightning round. Titans number 2, 1 in 25 variant.
Titans, the new series that's running. This is number 2, the 1 in 25 ratio variant, which means I had to buy 25 copies of this before I could get one of these. We had it at $14.99, and then I don't even know how it gets to the warehouse, but it's here. So $3, $3 if you're a big fan of DC, the Titans, or ratio variants. What a super deal! All right, next up.
And that's it for that.
I guess Pablo's.
Get 'em down 'cause the glare is getting bad.
Oh yeah, and Pablo claimed 8 billions because he's driving, and hopefully that doesn't mean that he just ran into a tree while he was trying to claim that book. Pablo, are you driving or being driven with on your way to something important? All right.
Here we go.
All right. Well, that was the lightning rounds. Thanks a lot, everyone, for playing. We appreciate it. What if the Fantastic Four's second child had lived? Wow, that's pretty dark. Wow. Issue number 30 from 1991. Wow. Yeah, that... I'm not going to even go into that because there's no joke there. What if Fantastic Four's second child had lived? From 1991, $6 for the What If. Thank you, Alan, for the lightnings. $6 for this What If from the second series, I believe, is what this was. $6. Next up, more What If. Let's see. What if Namor, or Namor, if you prefer, had joined the Fantastic Four? First of all, I think that we wouldn't get Franklin Richards. We'd just get little fish sticks, if I'm not mistaken. What if number 27, again from the same series as the previous What If, 1991, $6 for What If Namor had joined the Fantastic Four. Next up. Well, hello, Richard Witherington's here. All right. Whoa, okay, more monkey stuff. This is the Monkeys scrapbook, which has a lot of really cool behind-the-scenes stuff. $6 for this last gasp. Last gasp. A lot of people think that the Monkeys were just a throwaway boy band from the time period. Maybe in the beginning that's how they started, and that might be fair. But eventually, they became really good musicians. They worked hard at their craft. They even toured. In the beginning, they didn't play their own instruments and maybe not even sang all their stuff. But
Davy Jones might have.
Yeah, Davy Jones might have. But by the end, they were doing all their own stuff, and it's a real underdog story to see how they worked hard and made it work for them. And if you're not familiar with the Monkeys story, you check it out sometime. $6 for the Monkeys scrapbook. Next up. Thanks, Pablo. Appreciate the validation. Danger Girl. More J. Scott Campbell. This is issues 1 through 7 from 1998. I believe that's the complete first run. This was inside of Image Comics. They had their own shingle, if you will. J. Scott Campbell's was called Cliffhanger. This is Danger Girl is not the original number 1. This is the number 1, the Dangerous collection, which had the number 1, and it also had a 0 that was like in the back of a wizard or somewhere, plus a lot of other, just a whole bunch of stuff packed in the back of this stuff. So it's included here. This is Danger Girl 1, and then 2 through 7. If you've never checked out Danger Girl, and you can see what all the fuss is about for $40. Claim Danger Girl. What would we say? This was when did Tomb Raider come out? Was Tomb Raider before this or after this, or was this the whole start of the
Cool.
yeah,
Spy Girl?
cool adventure spy girl throwdown genre? We'd have
The video games of Tomb Raider looks like 1996.
oh, okay, so that predated it significantly, a couple years.
Yeah, then the movie does 2018 seem like?
No, there was 2 or 3 before that. Anyway, Danger Girl 1 through 7 from 1998, $40. Yes, the Prefab Four turned into legit band. That's right. Alpha Flight number 52. really cool flashback issue. I really just, Kevin Nolan is not on my top 10 artist list, but he did such a good job on this cover. It's just fantastic. Alpha Flight number 52 from 1987, $6 for this swell issue of Alpha Flight.
Oh, 2001.
Yes, that seems more. Next up, Flash. Oh, he's the no, that's the wrong Flash. Sorry, my bad. Flash versus Grodd. See, you can see this is Carmen Infantino doing this cover. This is a later iteration of Carmen Infantino from 1984. It's still a very beautiful VF copy with great colors on it. $8 in store, $6 if you claim Flash number 330 tonight. Type Flash 330 into the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. Remember, that's its own Facebook page. You can watch our show on any of our channels, any of our Facebook pages. But if you want to claim stuff, you need to go over to the Facebook page for Keith's Comics Network. Find that. Also, while you're there, set up the notifications so that you know when we're getting on. I don't know. I haven't heard Emma appeal. Yeah, all right. Emma Peel could, I think that in the Avengers, I think that's fair. A lot of the Bond girls probably had a little hand in that too. I think that here, I'm picking up what you're laying down.
What about Batgirl?
Batgirl, you're exactly right. And Catwoman at the time period. A little Eartha Kitt mixed in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Next up. Is he going to save everyone with us? Cinefex, before the internet, if you wanted to publicize how awesome you were at special effects, you tried to get into Cinefex magazine. When we bought a collection recently, we have tons and tons of them. If you know anybody in your life that's into this kind of behind-the-scenes stuff,
Really good photos.
it's very beautiful photos, very well curated issues. Sydney, what's in this issue? What's featured?
King Kong, of course, there from Weta. Lion, Witch in the Wardrobe, and Corpse Bride.
Wow.
Just a lot of good photos.
Yeah, from 2006. Original cover price of $12.50. $7 if you claim this Cinefex number 104 here tonight. Next up. 99. Yeah, you're right. Richard Taylor. If you never need to go to sleep, just listen to the behind the scenes stuff on Lord of the Rings.
It's great.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the official collector's edition. This is not a graphic novel. I can only assume that this probably got newsstand distribution, but it's the kind of thing back in the day they would have sold in the movie theater.
Only $3.50.
$3.50. Man, that's crazy good. It has lots of cool pictures and behind the scenes stuff, including a really neat interview with Steven Spielberg at the very back of it. It's been read a few times. I'm going to call it VG Plus from 1984. $15 if we put it on store. $10 if you claim it here tonight. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Next up, more monkeys, because this collection had lots of monkey stuff in it.
Demanded it.
Monkey Mania. This is Monkey Mania from England. $8 from original $15 cover price. Learn even more about the monkeys. Next up. Oh my God. Oh, this is such a cool issue. Flash number 189 from 1970. Great Flash full-length story here. But fill-in artists, including the cover. This is Gil Kane at peak Gil Kane. Looking, oh, what a cool cover. And then he does the entire inside issue, too. Wow. Gil Kane doing this issue as Flash is awesome. $10 in store, $6 if you claim it here tonight.
Here's that villain you were looking for. Big Sir.
Big Sir, there he is. They could have spent another 10 minutes workshopping that name, but that's what we got. Issue 339 of The Flash, another just beautiful VF copy from 1994. If you're starting to put your Flash collection together, here you go. Beautiful copy, $6. Next up. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. Temple of Doom was the worst indie movie.
I think a lot of people think that too.
Oh, hang on. I forgot that there's two.
There's a Screaming Mimi in
I
there.
forgot there's a 5 and a 6 or whatever. The last two were. Okay, well.
Yeah, I guess that's
All right. Yeah, I guess we're going to.
You gotta really think about that.
Now we got to put some thought into it. All right, next up, Superman. Oh my, issue number 198. What did
That's
he?
Caesar's Ghost.
Great Caesar's Ghost. He's been keeping Clark Kent, the real Clark Kent, in like some desert island somewhere.
It's a little terrible.
Yeah, well, he's super dickery to the extreme here.
It really
Superman number 198 with the go-go checks at the top there from 1967. Only $10 in store, or $6 if you claim it here. Superman number 198. We're going to have a discussion about that, you and I, William. All right, Doc Frankenstein. All right. Written by the Wachowskis, if I'm not mistaken, with art by Pablo. Who did the art on this? I forgot. Scrosi and does it say on the if you flip that over?
It says nothing. Let's see what's going on with that. Wachowski, Scosey, and Blanchard.
Yeah, there we go. It is a high concept and very popular when it was coming out, which proposed that that Frankenstein's monster survived the end of that Mary Shelley's original story, and through mechanizations has been just carrying on, kind of like Wolverine, you know. This version of Doc Frankenstein fought in the Civil War and World War One.
King Koontz also does that.
Oh, okay.
Series.
So what?
They just adapt.
They'll just have to arm wrestle about who was original.
Right.
This Doc Frankenstein. This is the complete series 1 through 6 of the comics from 2004. $17 in total, or $25 if it gets out to the store. Next up, more Flash. This was a cool little story featuring Grodd. Not Zod, Grodd. Issue 329, another beautiful VF copy. This collection had just, man, I got to find somebody who's really into Flash because they're going to be so happy when they discover them. $6 for Flash number 329. Look at that. Grodd is using his psionic power to wreck shop on the Flash there through that little boy, who's probably not really a little boy. Spoiler alert. Next up. 3? What? What are you talking about, 3? That means the show is almost over for tonight. Oh my gosh. This is a crazy cool book. Action Comics number 270 from 1960. It's a really solid VG Plus copy. Look at that. $50 is what this is being in the store. $30 if you claim it here tonight. It's a full length. No, is this not the one with the Supergirl backup story? This is a.
Yeah, that's the one you're
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
No, this is a full length story.
showing how sad that Crypto looks on this one with his little shabby.
Right.
He's old, he's got a shabby
So Superman gets old and poor. He can't even give Crypto a new
That's
cape.
Supergirl, looking all stylish in her hat there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think that's what he says.
Oh, all right. Superman's old age.
I don't know.
All right. $30 for this Action Comics. A really nice, sweet copy. Issue 270 from 1960. Next up.
Here you go. There you go. Now you can.
There we go. That's the other one I was thinking of because I thought this was a really,
Dr. Supernatural.
yeah, Dr. Supernatural.
And his execution buzzard. You know, it's a good one.
The Execution Buzzard, you say?
Yeah, that's the execution buzzard that Superman's got by his feet there.
Oh, my. Well, issue 330 of Action Comics, it's the new villain. Is it Dr. Who is it?
Supernatural.
Dr. Supernatural.
Diabolical.
He's diabolical and supernatural.
Yeah.
All of the bad things.
Yeah.
Issue 330 of Action Comics, a fine plus copies. Pretty sweet. $40 or $25 if you claim here.
It's a red kryptonite story with Superman, though.
Oh, it's a red kryptonite story. That makes a lot more sense.
Right. Crypto saves the day.
What a surprise. I'm sure that if Supergirl's there's some kind of Super Horse Comet shenanigans also. Next up,
And the final book for tonight.
final book for tonight. Failure Theater featuring Cyclops. X-Men number 97 is a very well-read copy of X-Men number 97. That just makes it affordable, right? VG minus copy of X-Men number 97. Cyclops versus his brother, Havoc. Scott and... Is it Jamie? No, not Jamie Summers.
Oh, his brother?
Is it Jamie Summers? I can't remember. Somebody help me out there. My brother, my enemy. They both have those those powers that are very similar, so it's kind of an even match. Although you'd think that since Cyclops is the older brother, he'd just like get him in a neck hold and give him some noogie or something. But whatever. I'm sure at some point he's going to give up and lead the team to ruin. X-Men number 190, X-Men number 97, very early, pre-100. VG minus $30. Claim X-Men number 97 and watch Cyclops fail yet again. No, was it Mark Summers? Who was it? Dadgummit.
Look, it doesn't even say it. Reading it, it keeps saying it's Cyclops' brother. I'm looking.
No, hosted Double Dare, or was that he had a food show on the Food Network? That Mark Summers?
Of course, golly, they say everything but his name. Alex
Summer. There we go. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming by. If you're watching the future, hello, future, and thanks a lot. Bye, Sue. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. And thanks a lot, everyone, for coming by. Come see us in the stores this beautiful weekend. And if you can't come by and see us in the stores, I'll see you next time. Wow, Cindy, they're not ready to go home. You got another book?
Got one more.
One more book. All right. Let's see. Ooh, fun stuff. Bonus.
I gotta put a little saving marker for you.
That's right. Another X-Men. We found a nice vein of X-Men, and most of them present pretty, but they're not going to be super high grades. But that just makes them affordable, right? X-Men 114. In which the day the X-Men died, which I'm sure that it was probably Scott's fault. So issue 114 from 1978. We're into John Byrne territory here now. $30 in store, $25 if you claim X-Men 114 here tonight or today or whenever you're watching, because it's all great. Whenever you're watching, it's just fine by me. Just type claim. That's how you flame. That's right. Yes, time to go back to the future. Thanks a lot, everybody. It's so much fun having you here tonight, and we appreciate your visit. Come see us in the store, and if I don't see you there, I'll see you next time.
Keys Comics.